Welcome back to Success with Steven. My name is Steven Smith. On this channel, we talk about all things financial literacy. And today we're going to be talking about a video that was requested by someone in the comments, and they were asking about the Navy Federal Credit Union certificates. Now, I didn't want to just cover the EasyStart, so I decided I'm going to cover all of these certificates in one whole video. And if you don't know what a certificate is, it's always good to have your money work for you. I talk about that when it comes to investing. One way that you can do this is to open a certificate of deposit. Navy Federal Credit Union offers several shared certificates with terms ranging from 3 months to 7 years. And share certificates are this credit union's equivalent to a certificate of deposit, also known as a CD, that are found at most traditional banks. And Navy Federal certificate rates tend to be fairly competitive compared to other credit unions and also other traditional banks, as well as online fintech companies. So again, these certificates are going to be the standard, the EasyStart, and the special EasyStart. We're going to be going over all three of these today. We're also going to be getting into exactly, what this can do for you and what benefits that it can offer to have a certificate in 2024. So let's talk about what a Navy Federal certificate actually is. And some of you, again, may recognize this as a CD. So Navy Federal certificates are a great option for your savings goal. They can earn higher dividends. So as well as the interest that you earn, you will also earn some dividends in a basic savings account so that you can help reach your personal financial goals faster. Now, here are two things you want to keep in mind. In most cases, the farther you are away from your maturity date, the higher your annual percentage yield ends up being. Secondly, there may be an early withdrawal penalty if you decide to cash in that certificate before the end of the term. Now, what is a maturity date? A maturity date's an important moment for those that hold a certificate. It's the date that you reach. That was the predetermined fixed date that you chose, untouched. You did not touch that money, and you are now free to get your money back plus the interest, all without paying any sort of early withdrawal penalties. So that is the benefit of going all the way till the end of your term and hitting that maturity date. So what are your options at maturity? You can cash out. That's usually the most favorable option. If you want to use all the funds from your maturity certificate for a goal like a down payment or to pay off a credit card or to have all the funds sent to your checking account, you can also keep it in your savings, but you'll have ready access to those funds. For long-term financial goals like retirement, you can fund a Roth IRA if you so choose. Now let's talk about what the benefits of having a Navy Federal Credit Union certificate can be. There's a few of them, but I'm also going to get to the end to let you know if I think that it's actually worth it. So one of the biggest advantages is that you can protect yourself against inflation. The value of your money decreases over time. I've talked about this in a lot of videos. Hopefully you guys are starting to kind of resonate with that and learning that money is cheap. It's inherently cheap, and that you need to find ways to keep your money's value and also grow it. That is the only way to build wealth. So unlike a savings account where the interest rate can change regularly, it just depends on what's going on, a CD's interest rate remains the same throughout the term. It does not change. It is fixed. So this means that once you signed up for that certificate, you know exactly how much interest you're going to earn until the end of the maturity period. Regardless of how the market is going, regardless of inflation, regardless of any conditions, it's going to stay the same. And if the Federal Reserve begins to lower interest rates, as many experts believe will start happening in the future, savings account rates will go down too, but you'll continue to earn the same rate on that certificate as when you opened it. You also get the advantage of having low risk. It's one of the lowest risk investments that you can possibly get because, again, your money's guaranteed. And again, you have multiple terms. So you can choose between a few months to a few years. It all varies. The longer you choose to do it, the more money that you will make. It also teaches you how to be disciplined. That is one of the biggest advantages. Investing into a certificate also helps you avoid the temptation to dip into your savings before you really need to. So they impose a penalty for the early withdrawals. Certificates don't really have the potential to grow your earnings exponentially. I do want to mention that. The way investments like stocks work or real estate, things of that nature, but they also don't have the potential for huge losses. And the only time you may lose earnings is if you withdraw funds before your term has expired. Would I use a CD? Perhaps. It just depends on the market conditions. I think you should always diversify. I would have maybe ETFs, I would have stocks, I would have maybe a certificate or a CD, and then I would also have a high yield savings account, but I would also recommend having real estate. It's okay to have this type of product, but I would say that this isn't the end all be all. I think that there are also high yield savings accounts that would actually be a little bit better without having any penalties of withdrawal. You can move your money anytime that you want to, and you can actually earn higher interest rates. Now, again, with a CD, the interest rate is fixed. With a high yield savings, it fluctuates. It can change at any time. So again, that is the one advantage that is assured to you. And now you kind of have an idea of what are the pros and the cons of having this account. So let's go over to the Navy Federal website and we'll actually take a look at what these accounts entail, look at some terms, and look at the differences between them. All right, we are on the Navy Federal website and we're looking at all of the certificates that Navy Federal is currently offering. So let's talk about the standard certificate. So this one allows you to plan out your savings, providing guaranteed returns that you can access at a set maturity date, like we talked about. And who is this particular certificate best for? This one is best for individuals who want to earn a higher dividend rate. Also, individuals who don't need a flexible access to savings at any particular time, and individuals who are interested in making a single deposit. So the APY, it goes as high as 4.85%. The term can be 3 months to 7 years. Now for this one, there is a deposit of $1,000 that is required as the minimum. You need to have $1,000 at least in this particular certificate, but you do get a nice high rate, 4.85%. But again, you can choose from 3 months to 7 years. Here are the short-term rates for this particular certificate. You can have a term of 3 months, 1K minimum, with a 2.75% APY. Now you can even go as high as 100K to get 2.80% APY. 12 months is 4.80%. And then you can do a 1K minimum, and you can also do 20K for 4.80%. And you can also do 4.85, 100K for the minimum, but it's a very small difference for that amount, but you can determine what's best for you. 18 months, 4.50%, and that's going to be on 1K. Same on 20K, 4.55 for 100K. 24 months, 4.20% for the 1,000. 20,000, 4.20%. 4.25%. Now here are the long-term rates. Now notice the longer that you go, the lower the APY. 3 years is 4%. That's on $1,000 and $20,000. 4.05% on $100,000 or greater. 5 years, 3.80%. Same thing for the 20,000 as well as the 1,000. 100,000, 3.85%. 7 years, 3.80%, as well as the 20,000, and then 3.85%. So 5 years and 7 years are not different. These rates are subject to change. We're looking at the rates as of August 12th of 2024. So just know that these can change if you go back and check them at a later time. So for the EasyStart Certificate, these are best for individuals that want to save for a specific goal in mind, individuals who want to build good saving habits, and individuals who want the flexibility to add money at any time. The APY can be as high as 4.75% with terms from 12 months to 24 months with a deposit of at least $50. Now for this one, if you are someone that has a hard time saving and you want to save for, let's say, a trip or something important, and you just know that you don't want to accidentally go in there and take that money, and this may be good for you. They have decent terms, and you can do a very small amount. Does not have to be anything too large. All right, and our last certificate is the Special EasyStart Certificate. Now, this one lets members who have direct deposit and a checking account take advantage of savings at a special rate with a low minimum purchase. Now, this is why it's very important to have that direct deposit set up with Navy Federal so you can take advantage of these additional features. But the APY can be as high as 5.30%. This is best for individuals who want to start saving quickly, individuals who want to take advantage of a special rate of up to $3,000, and individuals who are interested in adding money at any time. The term is one set, that's 12 months. And for this one, I would say if you wanted to do more than $3,000, the standard certificate is probably the best one for you. If you want to do just up to $3,000 and get the highest rates, I would go with the special EasyStart, especially if you're not trying to do longer than 24 months. This is probably going to be the best one for, I would say, most people. Now, for the EasyStart certificates, you can actually pay yourself very easily. One, you open it. There's no hard inquiry or anything to apply for to get this account. You just have to do at least $50. You set it and you forget about it. You can set up a weekly deposit of $10. It'll automatically just do it on its own and watch your money grow. After a year, you would grow $50 into $560 plus any earned dividends. You can also keep earning at the end of the term. You can renew it up to 21 days after the maturity date. So if you wanted to do something where you can easily save money without having to think too much about it, maybe there was something you wanted to get, this would be good for someone young if you wanted to save up for a particular thing, and maybe it was going to be, in this example, $560. This is a great way of you to automatically start to save. It'll also build really good habits when it comes to saving. You'll learn a lot about interest. You'll learn something about dividends. You'll also learn about growing your money and making money other than just, spending time. You can now make money off of the money that you already have. So it is a good lesson. And then the last thing I want to show you is the certificate calculator. So let's say you had $10,000 and you had this at a rate of 4.08%. All right. And let's just do compounded daily, and we'll do 12 months. All right. So it shows how you can have $10,000 in this account and it can mature to $10,416. So, if you were just going to sit this money in your bank account anyway, you might as well earn $416 off of your money while it sits there. And if we want to see something more of an extreme example, let's do this. All right. So if we were to take $50,000 and we were to deposit it for 7 years, and then we got an interest rate of 3.80% with a daily compounding interest, then your certificate would be worth $65,236 at maturity date. Now, of course, it took you 7 years to make $15,000, but this is just an extreme example of what that can do. All right. So if that was something that you were interested in, you can play around with this calculator. It's actually on the Navy Federal website when you're looking at the certificates. If you wanted to see how much you can actually save with a particular interest over a certain amount of time, I recommend that you check that out just to see exactly how much money you can earn by saving your own money. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and thank you for the request in the comments. If there is another video that you like to see, please leave that in the comments below. And if you have any other questions about certificates, then I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and you have a wonderful day.